Hello, my name is Chameleonish, and today I will be reviewing Storm of Swords by George R. R. Martin. This is Book 3 in A Song of Ice and Fire, and there will be plenty of spoilers, so please watch at your own risk. First, let's talk about the characters, which is going to be the bulk of this video. Brandon Stark. Now, I have two things to say about Brandon Stark. Boring. Whiny. But despite my lack of love for his character, he is clearly going to be instrumental to the plot, and he is definitely instrumental to the world building. Also, while I find his plot kind of lackluster, I do like the characters around him, and he is not entirely not interesting at all, but he's just definitely one of the less interesting characters, which is kind of my problem with him is that I feel like I just would rather be reading any other character's chapters, and so when we get to his POV, I'm just like, oh, I want to put this book down for a second, which isn't great when you're reading, as it breaks up the flow of reading. Samuel Tarly. He is kind of important for the plot, but not really important for developing his character. I don't think we really see much more from Samuel Tarly in this book from reading his POV chapters, and we kind of learned from reading from John's POV. But he does do something important, which is lend us another view on John, which is great because, like all the characters, John is not the most reliable narrator. So, great to have another view. Anyway, pretty good character. Dany, Daenerys Targaryen. My biggest problem with Dany's POVs is that we do not get enough of them. But what we do see is great. It's just hard to just remember, and we get to her POV and I'm like, right, I'm sort of trying to remember exactly what happened last chapter because there's so much in between the POVs, and since her character is so isolated, we don't really see anything that even like reminds us about her when it really in the other POV chapters, so it's kind of hard to like remember. I don't know, she just feels very isolated from all the other characters, so it's a little bit hard because of that. But her characterization is very strong in a good way. I feel like she has a clear like personality, and she feels very well developed in that aspect especially, and her plot is good as well. Davos Seaworth. First of all, very lovable. Second, he helps us understand and see more of Stannis. And did I mention lovable? I don't think I did. Sansa Stark. Very well written, as all of them are. And she gives us an interesting perspective in King's Landing, which is great. I love Sansa. And she also gives us a better understanding on how much the Lannisters suck. Like, if that was even a question that, like, Tywin is more from Tyrion's, but, like, Joffrey and Cersei suck. It's not a question anymore, thanks to Sansa. Catelyn Stark. Great insight into three of the kings, but I kind of wish we could have seen a POV from this perspective of Robb. Because Catelyn's great, but I feel like it would be better to see a POV from Robb in this book. I mean, she's helps us understand more of the political aspects, but I just really want to see from Robb at some point. But her character feels very well developed. Jaime Lannister. I hate him, but not anywhere near as much as I used to, which is crazy considering how much I used to hate him. And his POV feels instrumental in understanding the Lannisters and redemption arc. Wow. Wow. How are you going to make me not hate this man? He is awful. But I've read these books before, so I know it's going to happen. Tyrion Lannister. This is the fall of Tyrion. Very sad. And his character does get kind of dark. But I still love him. He's still wonderful. His wit, his dialogue, it's just so well written. How can you not love him? And he's so interesting. And Jon Snow. This is Jon's book. I love Jon so much in this book. His inner turmoil, his rise to Lord Commander. He's just really great plot line, and I just love the wildlings and just all of the Night's Watch. It's just such wonderful stuff happening in the north. Oh, so good. Arya Stark. Arya's wonderful still, but her plot feels a little bit all over the place. But we do get some great setup for the next book. Book discussion. Wow. So many moments happened in this book. The plot had some really high highs and like no lows. Well, not like it had like lows and like where it lulled a little bit, but there wasn't really anything wrong with this book, and there was so much great. I love this book. The plot was great. The characters, as always, are incredible. The world is getting even better developed, and the prose is still my cup of tea. 5 out of 5 stars, if that was even a question. Alright, thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.